Yo, what's the dealio? It's your girl Angel Charda back in this thing. Woo woo. Hear it. No? Okay, alright. So it's me, Angel Charda, and as always, I have something to say. Back again tonight with another video. But first thing first, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, because if this is your third video of me that you're watching, subscribe, baby. Just subscribe. Just go ahead and subscribe. It's gonna be a lot easier instead of typing my name in all of the time. Subscribe to my videos, so then that way, as soon as they drop, you will get the notification. Okay, let's jump right into it. Bam. So this is going to be about sensory overload. This can go for people who deal with anxiety, but this more so is for my mommies. Whew. Child. Sensory overload. I'm going to put the definition down here, up here. It's somewhere on your screen. Okay? Sensory overload. Let's talk about it. It's when okay, first of all, not trying to make y'all feel slow, but you don't really know what I'm saying by sensory overload. Senses, like you have 5 senses, you know, your eyes, your nose, your taste, your hearing, and your feeling. Okay, like your senses, like what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, and what you feel. Those are your senses, right? Okay, so when you have too much of those, it can throw you off. Like for me, my anxiety. So my sensory overload, I'm just so sorry. I just can't even get it out. So mine has been noise and touch. So I'm gonna start with the noise. So I can't stand a lot of noise, and I'm not talking about that, oh, the TV is up too loud, turn it down. Sometimes when we're in the car or whatever, let's say Dee is playing some music, and then it may only be on 10, but to me it's on 30. And if he has it on 10, and if he's trying to talk, and then I hear Chloe in the background, and she may not even be talking, but I can hear her phone, it also, sensory overload also kind of heightens everything. So whatever is overloaded is also heightened. So it magnifies things is what I'm trying to say. So I'm hearing all of that at the same time, and I just have to turn this down. Like, Dee, I'm so sorry. Like, I know that you're trying to hear Dirk, but I can't. Like, my heart is bumping so hard. Like, I can't. And then sometimes with touch or whatever, like I have 2 children now, so I'm constantly being touched with. You know, I got a 5-year-old, and her love language is physical touch, which I'm like that too. I'm a touchy person. But then I have a newborn, and then so I'm constantly patting him. I'm always being touched. I don't want to be touched a lot of times, and I don't mean any harm to either one of my children, but sometimes it's like I don't want to be touched or whatever. Like, tell me what you want, but tell me what you want from over there. And then with the money, I have no choice but to touch him because he's 3 months, and I have to be, I have to, cradle him or rock him or pet him or walk him or whatever. But the thing about that is, when you have anxiety, it magnifies it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And if you don't have anxiety, you cannot possibly understand what I'm trying to say to you. It's like, I don't know. And then sometimes all of those go off at the same time. So like today, for example, I had a great day today. Dee's sister came, and we went out, and we had a girls' day. Yeah, it was a great day. And it was the noise in the nail salon. First of all, it was, I want to say, okay, I guess I say filled, because even though nobody touched me outside of on the nail techs, it was packed. So I was surrounded around people that's feeling, and even though we weren't arm to arm or, shoulder to shoulder, like I said, it was just people everywhere. So I guess there would probably be eyesight, because it's constantly, and it was so much going on too. Oh, there was somebody somebody's husband made a joke about, okay, it was a lady beside me getting her eyelashes did. So somebody's husband, came up to her and was like, "Hey, whoop whoop whoop, how you been doing?" Da da da. So then she like, "Oh well, how you doing? I didn't know that you was in here." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to walk out of here, without paying." We knew it was a joke. Well, at least I don't know this man. I'm assuming it was a joke or whatever. So he was like, "Yeah, I am, white dude." So he proceeds to walk out of the nail salon. His wife back there getting her nails done. So I'm thinking to myself, well, obviously these people know it's a joke. Even though he walked out because he got his pedicure, the wife's still in the chair, so she got to pay, I guess. But they started watching her. They started talking in their native language. So now everybody running back and forth, back over here to the wife. Then there was another lady came in, something about her child wrecked her Mercedes, and then somebody else over here. Like, it was so packed, and Chloe was getting her mani and pedi. So she was on the other side of the nail salon. So I'm trying to watch her. My eyes were constantly going. So they got overloaded so fast, and it was like, okay, this is a lot going on. Cause not only seeing all of this movement, all of these people in here, it's so many different conversations I'm hearing too. So then after that, when Chloe got done and I got done, she wanted to touch me or whatever, like be in my lap and things like that, and that's fine. I try to separate things. Like, she's not doing anything to me. I am just dealing with a lot right now, and that's why I don't want her to touch me, but I can't take that out on her. So for probably about 10 minutes, I let her play on me, and we played a couple of games and things like that. And but then it kind of got to be too much, so I had to tell her, okay, baby, mommy doesn't want to play anymore. Like, I physically can't take it. And I'm trying to figure out how to process that. I really don't know. Besides isolation and going somewhere to my damn self. And that's something else too. When I have these sensory overload meltdowns, if I can't get to myself, I'll explode. I would just get to lashing out and things like that. And it's nothing wrong. It's just I'm overwhelmed or whatever. And I just need to, kind of like a toddler, I just need a time out. I put me in the corner by myself. I don't want nobody to touch me. I don't want nobody to talk to me. I just need to be to myself, so my thoughts and my hormones can go all the way back down. Okay, Dee is going to insert a meter, so like I'm up here on the extreme, and I just need, and I just go back down to 0. And you feel what I'm saying? Like, cause my senses are all the way up here, and I need to go back down. So that's what sensory overload is or whatever. And I hope some of you are watching this like, oh, that's what that is. Yeah. That's why sometimes if you work in an environment with people all day, when you come home, you don't want to talk. Yeah, baby, sensory overload. I've been talking all day. And then I promise you, I tell you no lie. When I get off work, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I do not want to talk. Okay? I am in case management. I don't want to talk. I talk to people all day. I just do not want to talk. I cannot express this enough. And I just don't want to. I ain't like this. Like, there ain't no other nice way to say it. So I try to manage my time in between my friends when I'm at work. Because, here and there on my lunch break and stuff like that, if I have time to talk to people, I will. Because when I get off work, I'm hitting the ground running. I'm coming home and I'm jumping straight into girlfriend and mommy mode. I don't want to talk. And if I do talk, I don't have no hour no more or whatever. Like, the older I get, I understand now with our mamas and grandmas say, when they say our nerves bad. Your nerves are bad, but that's also the same thing as sensory overload. How somebody constantly climbing all on you all the time, it automatically makes you kind of antsy. Yeah. Nerves bad and sensory overload, they are interchangeable. They're the same things. Sensory overload is the new way of saying my nerves are bad. Does that make sense? Okay, so I don't want, and now a lot of stuff, you know, when you a child, you just don't see stuff. Now I understand when my mama came home, she wanted to just come home, and she used to say, I just want to sit down for a little bit. I don't want to talk. Just wait. Now I see why when she would come home and we run up to her and be like, Mom, my teacher said, Mom, and she be like, I just got here, goddamn it, give me a minute. And you be like, as a parent, I swear to God, I promise you, I get it. When I come in the house, I just want to, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think what I'm trying to say. But when I come home, I just want to chill out. Like, let me get my thoughts together first, and then we can kind of jump into what you have going on, because I need to process my whole day or whatever. You know, what we're gonna eat for dinner, who gonna do baths, homework, so on and so forth. Like, let's kind of get that out of the way. Sensory overload is a real thing. I do not have no answer for that. Besides, like I said, for me, when I go through my sensory overload, I really pretty much try to just kind of get to myself. And sometimes, and I haven't did it in a while, but like today I got very upset and I just cried and I went to sleep. But in the past, I just get in the car and I would go. And I've just only been able to do that with Dee. We really wasn't allowed to do that in the past, but with Dee now, when I get overwhelmed, I be like, bad. I be bad, and I don't go nowhere but to Target. Sometimes I'll go, it's a gas station probably about 4 minutes away from the house. I just go there and give me a drink, and by drink I mean Coke. I don't mean like an alcohol beverage, I mean like a soda. I give me a drink and I sit in the parking lot just to kind of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kind of breathe, kind of get some fresh air, and then I'm able to come back and try it over again. And then in the past, I wasn't able to do that or whatever. Imagine your nerves being bad all day, from the time you wake up, from the time you go to bed, and then you have to wake up and do that all over again. I definitely understand why I was depressed in the past. But now it's not like that now, though. You know, I kind of take time to myself. And I never forget the time. I won't do this no more. I let my baby manipulate me into taking her with me. So it was a day, and I had been having a parenting day. You know, the money was a newborn, and Chloe was, you know, a toddler. Well, she's 5, so she's not a toddler. But anyway, you know, and I just needed some time to myself or whatever. I was like, okay, it's late. Let me go run to McDonald's and go give me something to eat. Sensory overload. What do you need?
Can you please cut me up an apple?
I sure can. When I get through with my YouTube video, I will go make you.
Hey guys. You guys are the best YouTubers. Into 2021.
She moved her hand, but she was touching me. Okay.
So we're gonna be doing a lot of videos on every single month.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, I will be done in a minute to go cut up your apples. Could you please quietly leave and close the door, please?
And we got some new merch coming out when we post our new video.
I didn't know we had merch.
And then when we get the order merch, we're gonna do 10,000 more. And then we're gonna get 10,000 more merch for a 100 subscriber video.
Yes, ma'am. Now for the second time, can you please leave and close the door behind you? Thank you so much.
And I do not delete it. When I come back, it should not be deleted.
If that's not a perfect example of sensory overload, I don't really know what it is, besides maybe the money crying too. But see there, just that like just that or whatever. Like, okay, but anyway, back to the quick story. I haven't having a day, so I was like, okay, well, let me go run to McDonald's and go give me something to eat. Because my nerves were bad and I just needed some time to myself. Here comes Chloe. Well, I want to go with you. And I was like, no, mommy just needs time to herself or whatever. I just want to sit in the car. Well, I wanted to drive in the car in silence. I didn't want any noise. And she was like, well, I haven't been out of the house today. I would really like to go. So now the mommy in me is like, okay, well, she has been in the house all day, so maybe she can go. So I was very specific. You can come, but don't talk to me, and I don't want to hear no music. I don't want to hear nothing, cause I'm okay with riding without music. We get in the car. We get to the stop sign. Can we hear Rod wave? I told you don't talk to me. I told you I don't want to hear the music or whatever. Like, we just gonna sit here. And so we ended up listening to some song. I ended up, like, she just kept asking every 30 seconds. So eventually I ended up putting on the song. And then she wanted to hear, Chloe has a couple of songs that are her favorite. I won't name those songs. But those songs, boy, I tell you, they strike a nerve. Because I guess I'm just so tired of hearing them. Then we get to the McDonald's drive-thru. Lord have mercy. It's 10 cars in the drive-thru, only one worker. Something that was supposed to on the tape maybe 10 minutes took 30. Now I'm overwhelmed because it's like I could have just stayed at home. Then I got my little talking baby in the background. Chloe talks so much, and it's like, yeah, see, this won't happen this time. I let you manipulate me to come into the store with me. But next time, when I say I need time to myself, I'm going to go take this time to myself, and I'm going to be to myself. But sometimes when you're overloaded, it's not a bad thing. People try to make it out to be a bad thing, but it's not. Because you like time to yourself. You like to be by yourself, don't it? And I do too. So at this age, I could really just give a damn how that sounds, how that looks, whatever. When I get overwhelmed, I'm going to go somewhere by myself. Because if not, then I'm snapping. Then nobody really likes that. So it happens. And not only with children, like I said in the beginning of the video, I say that this is for mommies, but with, you know, with anything for real, you know, if it overstimulates that nerve, eventually it's gonna make you be like, oh my goodness. So that's with sensory overload. Oh, another perfect example. Yeah, come on, like just bring them. Okay. But this is just perfect. I'm talking about sensory overload in my video. Did I not tell y'all? Now look at my little pig. Sensory overload. So now we have to go clean your nose. Okay, so now I have to cut the video short because I have to go tend to my little piglet. But sensory overload is really real. Just take some time to yourself. And I'm gonna go deal with this piglet, and then I'll catch you guys on my next video. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.